Welcome back to Cocktails with Kurt. This is episode 25, where our featured cocktail is the Long Island iced tea.
Long Island.
Kurt, why are we doing the Long Island iced tea today?
Because my mother-in-law really likes it.
Well, and we always do what our mothers-in-law say, right?
Okay.
So, by special request, we're doing the Long Island iced tea today, and we have special guests who don't want to be on camera, except they're voice actors today. So my mom and my Aunt Jeannie are here. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Kurt will be
here.
Kurt will be making a Long Island iced tea and explaining a little bit about the drink in your honor.
Yes.
So, Kurt, what's in this drink?
Okay, so there are a lot of variations to what goes in the drink as far as proportions, etc. But there are a couple of constants. Gin, vodka, silver tequila, white rum, and then some sort of orange liqueur, usually such as triple sec. Like I said, there are a lot of variations on what goes after it. Most of the recipes I've found use lemon, a couple throw in lime. At least one place says the only way to make a real Long Island iced tea is to use sweet and sour mix, which we don't.
Yeah, we're not big fans of sweet and sour
We're not
mix.
going to do that. So what we're going to actually...
And then
go ahead.
there's another ingredient, is there not, that tops it off?
Oh yeah, Coca-Cola.
Okay, so why does this drink have such a bad reputation, do you think?
It has a terrible reputation because, as I said, there are a lot of variations on proportions, and frequently the proportions are crap tons of booze, where there's basically an ounce of each of the spirits.
Holy smokes, that's a lot.
We're talking 5 ounces of booze before you throw in any of the mixers, and really there aren't a lot of mixers. That's kind of the extreme end on that side. And we're going to be using a different recipe. Since there is so much variation, one of the ones I found was at the International Bartenders Association website. So there's are the proportions we're going to be using today.
So can you tell us anything about the name of this drink?
Other than it is claimed to have been invented in 1972 at a contest at the Oak Beach Inn at Long Island. So
okay.
That's probably where it came from. And the iced tea bit, because adding the Coke to all of the white spirits, it kind of looks a little bit like tea.
I see.
It will kick your butt.
Yeah. So it seems to me that maybe the bad reputation came from, substandard bartenders perhaps not getting the proportions quite right.
Or bartenders in college towns trying to get their patrons hammered.
Yeah, well, there's that. Well, we know we have discerning guests at our bar today, so we can let them be the judge.
And
this one.
using the IBF recipe, or not IBF, IBA recipe, it's not going to be quite so potent.
Okay, so tell us what's in this drink. Show us the brands that you're going to use.
Okay, so, and I think we've used all of these before at one time or another. So we're going to use Russian Standard vodka, Gordon's gin, Milagro silver tequila, plantation rum, and for the orange liqueur, we're going to be using Cointreau because that's what the IBA recipe specifically calls for.
So the only of the big 5 spirits that we're not using is whiskey,
That's correct.
which would have given it the iced tea color.
Yeah.
So that was bad planning.
Yeah, but these work together very well in the end. It's such a mishmash. It would be very believable that this tasted like crap.
Right.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't. All right, let's get on the road. Put this drink together. Apparently Penny wants one too.
Yeah, well, we'll give her some crack later on. Kitty crack.
Kitty crack.
Kitty crack.
Let's specify. We don't know where
Let's specify that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one you actually build right in the glass.
So that's a highball?
This is in a highball glass, yep. This glass happens to be about 11 ounces total capacity.
That's a little much. You gotta have some room for the liquid.
Gotta have some room for the liquid. All right, so again, since this is IBA recipe, this is actually going to be in milliliters or instead of ounces. But 30 milliliters is basically an ounce. So 15 milliliters each of the main spirits. So 15 of vodka.
So you're just pouring them in one right after the other.
Yep.
Why don't you use a shaker?
You don't really need it. There are some recipes that call for it, but
Now I say that.
this one just gets gently stirred.
Okay, but you do well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but you do the stirring before you put the Coke in, right?
No, that's why it's gently stirred.
Okay, well that's a component that would indicate that you wouldn't be shaking it. I mean,
Yep.
you're certainly not going to shake something that has carbonation in it, right?
Right, and the recipes where I found it using a shaker, everything was shaken together except the Coke.
Okay.
So that's not really surprising.
Do you have to put them in a certain order?
No.
Like, okay.
No. And I've said this on other videos, but sometimes, at least one of the sources I've done a little looking at has said that you should actually put everything together in order from the smallest component to the largest. And that's basically to be, for the practicality of, if you screw up, you probably throw away less booze. So it's really just a practicality then. So that was basically half an ounce of each of the first 5. Then we're gonna do basically an ounce of lemon.
I think we've talked about sour mix before, and we've indicated that's really not our favorite, and that we prefer the fresh citrus juice.
Yes.
But I think the sour mix generally is intended to be a mixture of lemon and lime, isn't it?
Lemon, lime, and sugar.
Right. But so why would you limit this drink to lemon rather than putting a little lime in it too?
Because most recipes only call for lemon.
Fair enough. So
At some point, we ought to try it with lime or a lemon lime, but we haven't done that. So
Now what's that?
this is basically 2/3 of an ounce of simple syrup.
simple syrup is basically equal parts sugar and water, kind of stirred and melted together.
Yep.
Or dissolved, I guess, together.
Yeah. And then we're gonna top it with Coke.
And I'm pretty sure my mom has some ideas about how much Coke. Don't you have a certain preference that you?
Yeah, but I'm gonna taste that.
Okay.
And then we stir gently.
Oh yeah, you're really at the limit there, mister.
Yeah, but I kind of requested a lot of ice, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's, as you saw, it started ice all the way to the top.
Yeah, it melts.
And
Yeah.
it melts and it dilutes as you go. Let's see.
Well, it certainly has the iced tea color to it.
Okay, so now we're going to the side, which we don't normally do. Normally Denise takes one and I take
That's all right.
one,
Well,
but
we're waiting for the verdict
we're waiting
here.
for the verdict.
Delicious.
Just right.
Just right.
Everything.
Okay.
You don't need more Coke or more lemon, right?
No, this is perfect. Now, those dimensions are perfect.
There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
perfect.
Fair enough. Good
So-
work, honey.
Absolutely.
So with that, cheers.
Cheers.
And see you next time.
See you next time.